here we go.
Hard-fought victory, ladies and gentlemen, and that referee is an absolute disgrace. And I have the same energy, win, lose, or draw. That referee is an absolute disgrace for giving Tomiyasu a red card, but we're going to get into it. Arsenal won, a hard-fought victory, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Today, Crystal Palace played their socks off defensively, but they offered nothing attacking-wise. Arsenal, even though it was a frustrating first half, ladies and gentlemen, I felt like we created chances in the first half that we could have scored goals. We could have been 2-0 up from Nketiah, but unfortunately, he couldn't bury his chances. Now, the same old people are going to come out and criticize Nketiah like I did myself, but he did improve in the second half. He got us a penalty off quick thinking from Martinelli and Nketiah linking up. The goalkeeper takes out Nketiah. Then, instead of Bukayo Saka stepping up, guess what? Martin Odegaard stepped up for the penalty, and I was surprised because I thought Bukayo Saka was going to be the penalty taker. I didn't expect that, but I thought William Saliba's last-ditch tackle was superb. We're going to talk about William Saliba. We're going to talk about Declan Rice, his masterclass today defensively. I don't know if mikel Arteta has a blessing in disguise with this Tomiyasu red card because I didn't think Tomiyasu and thing didn't work. And also, what's going on with Gabriel? Why is Gabriel on the bench? Apparently, at Arsenal, you can't put defenders on the bench, or you can't put players who were starters last year on the bench, or else it's going to cause uproar. They're getting sold. That's what it is. The moment you put somebody on the bench, everyone thinks you're getting sold. But Man City put everybody on the bench. They never get sold. Haaland goes on the bench tomorrow. They're not going to say he's getting sold. So why are we overreacting? Calm down. Calm down, people. Relax. Also, do we have to win every game 5-0? Like, what's going on? Like, can we not just win the game 1-0? Like, we used to sing to the Arsenal 1-0 on a regular basis. Back in the day, people loved hard-fought victories. Now it's like, yo, if you're not 2-0 up after halftime, I'm going to have a rant at halftime. I'm going to have a rant after the game about halftime, how I felt. It's like, calm down. Relax. It's not that serious. We won the game. We're 2 games in. It's not like everything's going to be magically the same as last season. Even though last season, safe to say, we didn't do well against Crystal Palace last season away either. If you guys remember, we only won 2-0, so scoreline's pretty similar, just 1 goal difference. And we kind of got lucky, as they could have had a penalty, but we got lucky because they didn't give it. Kind of fortunate there. But I thought Eze should have got his ass up. He was diving. Then once again, the referee, you know what? He's not fully incompetent. He's just kind of half incompetent when it comes to certain things. But hey, he did okay in the second half. Overall, we're going to get into every single player and every single performance. But let me know who your man of the match is. I have 3 candidates. So you pick whatever candidate you want, Declan Rice or William Saliba. Today, there's no more candidates than 2. I think there's 2 candidates, Saliba or Declan Rice. Anybody else who you have as a man of the match candidate, I want to know who it is. And if you're watching this from anywhere across the world, do me a favor. Arsenal fans, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button because we're going places, ladies and gentlemen. We're going places with this channel. We're going places. Arsenal's going places. And when we're winning the league and we're celebrating, we're doing celebration streams, I want you guys there with me. So get ready. Buckle up. This is match week number 2. And we're going to get this show started. Big up Sulz in the building. Big up Sam in the building. We got 2 guests today. Let's get into it, guys. How you guys feeling? How is everyone feeling?
Listen, Egal, if this was a night in a Champions League game, people will be hailing it as a masterclass, greatest performance ever. All right? We did it in the Premier League. We put our backs against the wall. And this type of result, I don't care, it was better than Forest in every way. Because we had effed up situations where it was a dubious red card where the referees are playing against us. 10 men against 12 men again today. Obviously, with that interrupted our play because we were linking up well. Before that, we were creating chances. I think we dominated the game right before the Tomiyasu red card. Without the Tomiyasu red card, we win that game 2-0 again, like we did last season. But this is a situation that I'm very intrigued to see where we are, like, say we need to hang on to something, which is going to play into the Champions League this coming season, where backs against the wall, 5 at the back. These defenders, they didn't even break a sweat. They were so casual in defending. It's like drinking water to them. Defending for them is like drinking water. That's how simple it was for us. Palace, They go spraying balls all over the place. Not one threatened Ramsdale. Like, not one threatened Ramsdale. So, you know what? It was a pretty calm, collective performance from the defenders.
You know what? Before we go to Souls, let me just go look at some of these comments, what people are saying. Tommy, of course, with his Arteta hate, coming in here saying, Zidane now! Trossard needs to start. Balogun, Tierney need to stay. Arteta is a rookie manager. Stop playing Partey right back. Happy with the 3 points. Arteta out. This is an oxymoron, my guy. What are you talking about? Tommy, you're never going to be happy, friend. You're never going to be happy. What's going on? You're never going to be happy. Love to win like this, man. You see, people are enjoying it. Like the video, people. Big up Gunnar Souls. Like the video. Big up. My guy's on the stream too, and I'm talking to him like he's in the chat. We got who else we're saying? I have a sneaky feeling we will win a lot more boring games this season in terms of the style of play. We will pick up more points. Gonna be beautiful, man. You know what? That's true. Egal, your fans are hypocrites. If Man United perform like that, everyone would be on us because it's Arsenal. It's different. No. And with Chelsea is different. First of all, the difference between Chelsea and Arsenal is one major thing. Defensively, we were solid. We didn't give away 17 chances to Crystal Palace. I can't remember how many chances Crystal Palace had. Okay, that's number one. Number two, yes, we weren't clinical today. There's going to be days where it's not your day to in the other end of the box, but we were creating the chances. I was happy with the chances we created. On another day, we bury those. So I give you the comparison there in the attacking third, but in the defensive end of the pitch, not even close, mate. You guys were defending shambolically the whole season. Did you see our defending today? I don't think anybody on Manchester United or Chelsea make a last-ditch tackle like Saliba did today on Jordan Ayew. Does anybody do that? No. So this is not hypocrisy. You got to find another word to criticize us with, because that's not the case. People talking about Gabriel should have started. We're going to talk about that. I feel like Souls has been itching to speak, so we're going to let Souls speak. You see the team photo for Timber. No, I didn't see that. Anyone seen that?
Yeah, someone, also Twitter posted it.
Someone DM me that on Twitter. I'm gonna put it on the screen. What do you think of what did Havertz do? Bro, agendas again. Havertz was actually solid. There's a reason why Havertz stayed on the pitch. When we went with no attackers at the end, Havertz stayed on the pitch because he was good at recycling the ball. I think he's positive. You're deluded. We're shit. These managers very shit. What?
You think you're deluded? That's what he's.
Come on, bro.
This shit.
Okay. Anyway, Souls, take it away, bro. Talk to me.
You know what? Overall, I'm actually proud of them in terms of how they kind of managed that game out. And the one thing I do want to say, right, this is the first time I've actually seen brilliant and actually excellent game management by Arteta, because I actually disagree with 0 of the substitutions and exactly when they happen. We could see, look, I know a lot of people are going to say we were under threat. Let's be real. Like, they were, as much as, yes, they were spamming crosses in, all it takes is one shut-off period for one of those crosses to convert into a goal. And then what he did was he bought Jorginho on. We know what Jorginho offers. He's a better possession player. Then what he did was he bought Kiwior on just to bring the centre-back in. And then he took off, who was it? Eddie Nketiah for Zinchenko, and then brought it back into sort of, Partey goes back into midfield, Zinchenko comes into midfield, and the control came back, and we started to actually dominate possession again for small spells of the game. And you can see why Havertz was preferred over Eddie Nketiah, because as much as people keep denying it, his hold-up play is actually better. He recycles the ball, he keeps it. He's being too cautious, which is what I don't like. But Havertz will come good as Zinchenko comes into the team. What you'll start to see is the threat Xhaka carried last season when Zinchenko's in this team with Kai Havertz. That's what people need to watch out for, because the positions he's picking out, he'll score 10 goals. He'll be double figures in the league easy once Zinchenko comes back in. And for me, overall, I thought this was a lot of people, for some reason, like you said, want us to score 10 goals. I know I make wild prediction, but they're just predictions. I banter them off. You know, I know I said 5-0. That's not real. I know it was going to be a tight game. And the reality is, this to me shows Arteta's tactical flexibility, which is the reason we'll win the league. And I am going to say it, because when I've seen it, I was like, you know what? Arteta isn't being stubborn, which is what I don't understand why the fan base are going on to, but when we play the bigger teams aren't going to play this 11. The bigger teams are going to play Ben White right back, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko. They're not going to play Partey right back. You're going to probably see Partey and Rice midfield against the bigger teams. You're going to start to see a different 11. What he is doing is allowing these players to play together within a different system, a plan B or a plan C system, so that when those times come, they're ready. They're not clueless. Because look at Partey, for example, last season when we put him right back at the end of it, he looked clueless. He looked lost. He didn't know what to do, and we were conceding silly goals from his side. This season, the complete opposite's happening, where yes, okay, Nottingham Forest got the goal on his side, but that was off a corner, which isn't directly his fault. Ben White could have done better in that situation. Look at it today. Did we get threatened on Partey's side? No. There was no threat coming on our right-hand side. Why? Because his positioning was better. He understood the role better. He knew when to invert and when not to invert. He knew when to support out wide and when to come inside. And that's the thing. If we don't play these systems, they're not going to know what to do. And it clearly shows, even with the red card. Look, I'm not saying Arteta's sitting there expecting red cards to come, but he's clearly planned for it. You could see those substitutions, because he brought everyone off, because Trossard was meant to come on. I think ESR at some points was like warming up, or someone was warming up, but he actually took those substitutions and goes, you stop warming up, now you guys warm up. So he's clearly thought about different situations we could find ourselves in. And that's why I know people say I'm being a bit too early on this, but that flexibility and that level of planning is the reason why I say we're going to win things this season. And I'm actually even more confident after this game that this season is the season we do it.
Okay. First things first. Big up everyone in the comment section. Do me a favor. Brother, you aren't responding. I literally just was looking on something on thing. Big up sulz for that delectable medley of football splendidity, as my guy would say, Rory. Egal, have I seen what? What have I seen? I'm confused. What are they asking? Have I seen? Oh, why aren't you responding? I'm so confused. What are you asking? Have I seen? Because if you're asking, have I seen this? Yes, I have. The team is not only are we unified FC like Chelsea, we're actually getting 3 points FC. So there you go. Shout out Timber. Shout out Timber for this victory. This was dedicated to him. I know he got a long-term injury, but the team got the win, and they dedicated this win to him. And as you can see, you got everyone there. You got everyone in the picture ready to go. And of course, the captain, Martin Odegaard, and who was the goal scorer on the night, who buried the win for us. He did his
Can we just say something? That penalty was brilliant, bro. Like, it was so calm and collected. Before he knew it, he knew it was going in before he hit the ball.
I would have rather kept Xhaka if I knew Havertz was coming to Arsenal. You want to know something, Toby? A lot of people would have agreed with you. But the reality is what's happened. At this moment in time, I don't think Havertz had a bad game. I think Havertz has been scapegoated massively by our fan base. And
the criticism is valid. I'm not sitting here and saying the criticism for Havertz right this second isn't valid. But what I will say to people is when Zinchenko enters this team, you're going to see Havertz absolutely bang it out. Because what's going to happen is it's going to allow Havertz to stay further forward. It's going to allow Zinchenko to take up that role where Havertz is currently playing, where he's having to dictate more of the game than he probably wants to play. So I'm just saying to people, be patient. When you see Zinchenko and Havertz in the same lineup, that's when you're going to see Havertz. I'm telling you, that first game, them two start, Havertz scores it.
I think you're right. And the reason why I'm saying people scapegoat Kai Havertz is because they don't actually watch his performances. They just basically say, "Oh, Arsenal haven't scored. He's on the pitch."
They watch teletext for Havertz.
Yeah, he played majority of the game. La 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 la. And it's like if you actually look at the underlying statistics, he had a decent game. Now, people don't want to see the part where he's recycling the ball. Besides Martin Odegaard scoring the goal. In that first half, I think Kai Havertz had more touches and he did more things. In this game, he had 89% pass accuracy. He created one chance in the first half that nothing came from. He also had a shot in the first half. Overall, his main job in this team is not to be a goal scorer. It's actually different. He's no longer at Chelsea. His job is to recover and help out defensively. He did that 3 times. His job is to win duels. He won 4 aerial duels out of 6, and he won 4 ground duels out of 9. the guy was winning his duels. On top of that, he was fouled 3 times. He was winning the ball back, making sure anytime that someone tried to come on to him, he wouldn't lose the ball. Yes, he committed some fouls on the other end too, and he could have got given a couple yellow cards. But luckily, he didn't get given too many yellow cards. He only got 1 at the end of the day. But overall, I would say he had a 7 or 6 out of 10 performance. I don't know why people are talking like he had a stinker.
Exactly. I mean, it's game week 2, right? It's a new signing. It takes players time. So if it was game week 15, then I understand. But like I said with Havertz, there's got to be something different compared to the signings of Rice, because he's coming in there where his confidence from Chelsea is 0. And he's building up to a new position where he's been playing striker the last couple of years, and now he's in a completely new role. It took Thomas Partey almost a year to settle into his number 6 position. It's going to take Havertz a bit of time, but as of now, we're a better team, so he should settle in more quickly. I'd say, as Sulz mentioned, as the chicken comes into the team, it'll provide a bit more relief for Havertz, and we'll start to see him flourish. But as of right now, he did what was.
Don't forget, he's also playing with the 6 who's new to the system as well. He's not playing with Partey, where it could have been a little bit different. There's a lot of players who are adapting to the system, and obviously in the first game it was Jurrien Timber he had to play with, who have never played together. So you've got 3 players who string passes, who are the heart of the tempo of the game, who have to get used to each other. So it's going to happen, but I just think the agendas right now are a bit too early, and I think a lot of people are going to have egg on their face soon.
What are you talking about, Tom? Listen to this. This is what I mean. I love Tom, but what are you talking about? Havertz is not good. He's average at best. What did he do today to show you that he was average? Talk about the game today. Stop going to the same old.
The thing is, Havertz should have had an assist. The thing that the chance that he created in the first half when he pulled it back and then he pulled it into Martinelli. Martinelli should have struck that better, in my opinion. That should have been a goal as well. So there's been 2 actually, even in the Nottingham Forest game, he could have had like 3 assists. So the reality is our poor finishing is the reason why. And if you want to go off the GA, I don't really care about GA. I just think have a good game, and that's what matters. But if you want to go with the logic of a lot of these fans, he should have had 4 assists. You should be criticizing the finishers for not putting their chances away.
Okay, and let's talk about the finishes, because unfortunately, Eddie Nketiah is going to be spoken about a lot. Eddie Nketiah had a shocker, boys. What was Eddie doing? Oh my God, you got to bury that Eddie Nketiah. He has all the time in the world. The goalkeeper is literally giving you the whole other side of the net. He hits the bar. Now, he hits the post. Now, tell me, did the goalkeeper get the touch on it, or is he just unlucky? At the moment, I thought he was unlucky, but he did it twice.
No, I think the first one, I hit the post. With that one, he was unlucky.
Yes,
but with this one was just poor. I mean, he has 2 options there. If you get the shot on target, it's a goal, right? Hit it low, drive it low. In that situation, maybe if it was in the penalty area when he's in the penalty circle, maybe there I can understand trying to chip the keeper. But from that close, the ball has to remain on the ground. From that was, and even then, if you're not confident that you're not 100% sure you're going to score the goal there, then okay, you can cut it back to Havertz. Havertz gets to tap it. So I think that was just poor decision making from Eddie.
Yeah. Big up to my guy in the comment section. You said you messaged me on Instagram. Was it my personal or my YouTube channel Instagram? Because I use Egal Talks Football Instagram more often than the other one. So let me know which one you're talking about, and let me know your name on Instagram so I can try to find it. But yeah, I thought this was poor. But guess what? Things work out in funny ways, because the same man who had a poor performance wins us the penalty to win us the game. Now, Martinelli also deserves a lot of credit for this, because he thought very quickly. And everyone agrees it was a penalty, right?
Yeah.
No question about that, Sulz, right?
Yeah.
No, it is a penalty, yeah. Like,
okay, so there's nothing really to talk about with the penalty. I thought it was a very deserved penalty. The guy completely took Eddie Nketiah out. And Eddie Nketiah, as much as we make fun of his poor part of this game, which was his finishing in the first half, we have to give him credit, because in the second half, I thought he was one of our best players. He was involved in every 50-50 defensively. He headed everything out. And really and truly, offensively, we didn't really play much in the second half once we had the goal. We kind of sat back because of the penalty, because of the red card. So he deserves a lot of credit for turning his game around. He had an up and down performance. First half, I was ready to crucify him. Second half, you know what? He turned it around. I got to give Eddie a little bit of credit. But overall, I'm not going to sit here defending Eddie Nketiah for his overall performance, because I thought his first half was so poor that if somebody was here, gave him a 5, or somebody here gave him a 3, I would understand.
He wasn't good, man. Let's just be real.
Nah,
he was okay. He was good of a bad bunch. Yeah, that's why he looked better. He wasn't good though. Let's be absolutely real. The thing is, Nketiah, right? If he's not scoring, I personally don't think he offers as much. Now, I'm willing to have the debate. I'm willing to have this conversation because I want to be proven wrong. Look, I don't have an agenda against Eddie Nketiah. I still think there is a player in him. I do believe that. But the problem I have with Eddie Nketiah is people give him attributes he doesn't have, which is why I have to question a lot of fans. Look, his link-up play isn't there. Let's just be real. Let's stop talking about his link-up play. Yes, he works hard. Yes, he's good at rolling defenders. But the reality is his decision-making today could have cost us the game just as much as, yes, he did help us win the game in a sense of winning the penalty. But that was from Martinelli, because if Martinelli doesn't play that kind of free kick, this doesn't happen. This doesn't exist. So I get it. I know people want to give him credit. People want him off our backs. He's a second-choice striker. But the reality is we're a team that's competing for the title. There are no passengers. There are no room for making excuses. And if people want to talk about Martinelli, Saka having bad games, I'm willing to have those conversations. But no one is saying Saka, Martinelli had good games. But people are saying Nketiah's had a good game. That's why I'm picking on him, because I'm going to be honest with you, that was an average performance at best. There was nothing spectacular. There was nothing like I sit there and go, yeah, you should be starting. I don't see you should be starting the next game performance in this. But then again, Saka doesn't deserve to start, nor does Martinelli, nor does potentially many of the players. And that's what I want to say. Like, I don't see what the hype is about Nketiah personally.
Okay, fair enough. Now, enough about Eddie Nketiah. Time to talk about the captain, the skipper, the man, Martin Odegaard. How on earth did this happen? Or no, when did this happen? Because a lot of FPL fans were depending on Bukayo Saka to get something for them today. And you know how funny things work. Martin Odegaard steps up for the penalty and takes it away from Bukayo Saka. So is it a thing that Bukayo Saka is no longer the penalty taker? Or is it just a thing where it's like, you know what, you missed the last one, so thing steps up and takes it?
I think what's going to happen is this is going to happen more often. Odegaard is now the penalty taker until he misses. And I think that has been deliberately put in place. But there's also a second theory. Maybe Arteta's looking at it. What if Saka wasn't to be on the pitch? Who's going to become the penalty taker then? So he's maybe just giving Odegaard an opportunity. Maybe he's just said to Saka, look, you missed the last one. Don't take this one. Take one off, and then we'll go again. And I think there's going to be opportunities for different players to take different penalties depending on the situation. And sometimes what happens is when you see before the penalty is struck is Saka was actually kind of surrounded by the referee and the Crystal Palace players because he had the ball. So what they tend to do is whoever had the ball and whoever surrounded by the opposition is there to put them off. So you then give the ball away to another player who hasn't been hounded by the opposition to put them off their strike or their penalty. Odegaard in this situation was clearly not targeted. They knew Saka was going to take it. They've clearly planned for Saka and what he can do with a penalty. So he wanted to switch it up. When Arteta talks about unpredictability, there's many, many factors this can take. It could be the free kick taker. It could be corner takers. It could be Gabriel not playing, which is a big shock to all of us. Let's be honest, 2 games in a row, he hasn't started. No one could have called that. Okay, 1 game, yeah, right, fair enough. It's tactical, whatever. But I don't even think Crystal Palace were probably dead on he is playing. So that's what I think it is personally.
Everyone in the comment section, let me know right now. Do you think the next penalty, say we get a penalty versus Fulham at home,
Odegaard takes it.
Who takes the penalty? Is it Martin Odegaard or is it Bukayo Saka? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section.
It might be Kai Havertz.
And also, yeah, it could be Kai Havertz. Also, it could be Saliba. Who knows? Long story short, it could be somebody else. That's my point. So do you think Martin Odegaard is going to be the guy who takes the next penalty for Arsenal, or could it be somebody else? And does it even matter? That is another thing, because everyone rotating and taking turns is something that happens with other teams also. You don't always have to have one penalty taker. Now, I'm going to ask everyone in the comment section to do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now, because this hard-earned victory and us being here at 11:15 UK time deserves your like. So make sure you hit that like button right now. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Now, Martin Odegaard does have the job of already being the captain, being the free kick taker, doing a lot of the other work. So now he just has another responsibility, being the penalty taker. And everyone in the comment section saying Martin Odegaard, Martin Odegaard, Martin Odegaard, Martin Odegaard, until he misses, it's Martin Odegaard. If we win an easy penalty, then Saka. If we are winning and it's easy, then Saka. Do you think he would change it just because of the circumstance of the penalty?
No.
I don't think.
I do believe it's a rotation of like once you miss it, you're off. I don't know why, but that's just a theory I'm going with.
Okay, fair enough. And then before we get into the Tomiyasu situation, I just need to talk about one William Saliba and his last ditch tackle. I usually have PTSD from last ditch tackles from David Luiz, Mustafi's, Kashani's against Bayern Munich and freaking Atletico Madrid. So much PTSD from those kind of guys. But Saliba just makes it look so effortless, so simple. He takes people out in the penalty box, might I add, and just gets the ball. How? I don't know. It's like he has an art of just wrapping his foot around the defender and just striking the ball and not the defender. Where the defender does end up going down, but it's a natural motion. The attacker goes down, but it is the natural motion. And you got to give him credit because Saliba is just, this is why I think Saliba was the man of the match, in my opinion. One, this last-ditch tackle. Two,
let's be real, it's his own fault.
It was his own fault, but he's like that. He's like Aaron Wan-Bissaka slightly. He likes that little challenge. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Then let's talk about the other part, though. Every single block, every single interception, every single moment that we needed somebody to be in there to clear the ball or get rid of it, it was him. And as much as Ben White and all these other defenders were also putting in a good shift, I thought Saliba was the one that stood above and beyond everybody else. Now, let me just read this out to you. We're not doing Saliba's player ratings right now. But by the way, Saliba had 2 interceptions, 8 clearances. Let me go again. Last man tackle 1, block 1, 8 clearances, 3 headed clearances, 2 interceptions, 3 ball recoveries, 100% aerial duels 1. He won 2 of them, and 1 ground duel 1 out of 2. So the guy had his job busy. And all of this, he only committed 1 foul the whole game. The guy is 22 years old, but he plays like he's 35. It's crazy. So composed. I don't have anything else to say about Saliba. Do you have anything?
The thing is, we've seen this even in the French league when he was on loan, even before he joined Arsenal officially. When he done it to Mbappe, for example, he caught up to Mbappe. And that's when I truly knew that, okay, we've got a player on our hands here. And one of the reasons we didn't win the league was because of his injury. As bad as it sounds, as much as it sounds like a cop-out and an excuse, he's just that good. Like, anything he does, he makes it look effortless. And that's one of the reasons why I'm more comfortable even at 1-0 than I've ever been before, because he is that complete player, from someone who can just take the ball and make something happen to just being able to defend. Like you said, the 8 clearances, the headed clearances he had, just a pure domination that he does offer. And even when you look at his last season, the part of the game we haven't really seen yet is him holding the ball and actually taking it out of pressured situations. I mean, obviously, situation hasn't allowed that to happen yet, but there's more to his game we're going to unlock as well. So, yeah, man, I'm excited about where he's going to be. And do you know what? Bold or not, he's one of the best centre-backs in the world right now.
Bro, I don't think that's crazy. But rival fans are going to call us deluded. Tomiyasu, was this, first of all, he got a yellow card for time wasting. Understandably so. He got a yellow card for holding the player, but the time wasting yellow card was 8 seconds, and then the hold was very light. I thought Tomiyasu, this whole situation was a disgrace. It was an utter disgrace. He should not have been sent off. This should never have happened. But you know what? It could be a blessing in disguise, because I seen somebody earlier talk about the lineup, and I didn't like the fact that Tomiyasu and Partey were in the team and the same team. It kind of felt awkward and off because neither of them overlapped. But you know what? Ugly win today. I'm not convinced with the formation. Men used Havertz play up top or off. Eddie and Kai on the same side doesn't work. You know what? I might agree with that. You need Zinchenko. You need Tomiyasu or Jesus in that team. 100%. Yeah, man. David Luiz and Mustafi isn't Saliba. 100%. Next level composure. People, don't forget to hit that like button. We have 102 of you guys in the chat. And also, let me know, did you think Tomiyasu's red card was deserved? Because I didn't. Let me know what you think, bro.
only reason I agree it wasn't deserved is because Ayew wasn't sent off. Now, if Ayew was sent off, I agree this is a red card as well. But the reality is and the thing is, for me, the first yellow card was definitely a yellow card. I'm not even going to try and dispute that according to the rules of this season. Yes, previous seasons, that probably doesn't get booked. He probably speaks to him, but they're trying to cut it out. So I get it. Fair play. But what I don't like is the level of inconsistencies. Kai Havertz done the same thing, didn't get a yellow card. And that's me, actually, just so you know, I'm calling out my own player here. Havertz, time wasted for a throwing and didn't get a yellow card, but Tomiyasu did. So where's the consistency? And I'm talking from the same team now. And then on secondary to that, Ayew was on a yellow card, manhandled Bukayo Saka, and the referee waved that off. So where's the consistency? The thing is, when I talk about consistency, I don't even like talking about other games because I want to talk about the same referee making the mistake. This was the same game, same referee, same linesman, same VAR, same everything. So the only problem is the personnel. The game didn't change. It's not another day that this referee is refereeing. This is in the same game. Two scenarios happen. One was a surefire yellow card in terms of Jordan Ayew. What Tomiyasu done was a harsh. You know what? That's a first yellow card offense, in my opinion. That's where you give a first yellow card. But when it comes to a second one, that, like I said, if Jordan Ayew was sent off, I would 100% agree. But my problem is inconsistencies within the same game. That's what I can't accept.
Okay. People said no. Daku will smash the league, by the way. Man City fans, be excited because you're actually making a signing. Be excited.
Hey, they got Gavardio. Let's give him. That's the second time.
You know what? Gavardio, defenders don't excite me, bro. Defenders don't excite me. I know Saliba excites me, but hey, as a rival, watching a defender sign for a club doesn't really excite me. Manchester United definitely needs some players. Talking about teams that need defenders, I think they're ass. But hey, Arsenal put out a lot of content after the game because, of course, we won and it was a hard-fought victory. So they're going to put out content. First thing they spoke about was the first half, frustrating first half. I definitely agree. It was definitely a frustrating first half, but Crystal Palace didn't offer any attack, so we really didn't have to worry too much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Spoke about the big decisions with the VAR decisions for the penalty, and of course the red card. You know what? The Eze could have got a red card. I mean, Eze could have got a penalty at the end. We got lucky. Did you think it was a penalty?
I don't think that was a penalty personally.
Okay. Do you want me to get the image up? Let me see if I can get the image up.
Yeah, but images always look worse though because you can actually make it look like a penalty. You can make anything look like a penalty with images.
It did look like a penalty, but in the moment I was like, you know what? As they get your ass up, you're clearly diving. But with what we've seen from Szoboszlai last week with Liverpool, it could have easily been given, bro. This could have easily been given any day of the week. This could have been given. Let's be honest. That could have been given. We got lucky there. We got lucky. So
yeah.
We got lucky. So Martin Odegaard from the spot. We already spoke about that. Did we speak about Saka? By the way, Saka broke a record. Saka has now featured in 82 Premier League games in a row, breaking Paul Merson's record for consecutive league games for any player. Bukayo Saka is he's just Superman. Like, he's always available. He doesn't miss games. Like, we're lucky. We're actually lucky that this guy is this good. Like, Bukayo Saka, did you guys know this? I didn't even know this. Bukayo Saka has broken the record for consecutive games played by an Arsenal player. This is the most games played by an Arsenal player. He literally just has the ability to stay in the team at all times. Gael Clichy was the last guy, and he had 78 games. Paul Merson had 82 games. So if Saka plays against Fulham, which most likely he will, he'll break the record. Crazy.
Also, he's tying the record at the moment.
Yeah, he tied the record.
I'm surprised it's not Granit Xhaka, personally. I don't know why, but I would have just thought Granit Xhaka would have broken it already.
Also, we broke the Monday night curse. We broke the Monday night curse. When was the last time we broke the Monday night curse? Bro, think about it. We lost.
Yeah, we've never won with Arteta on Monday.
Yeah, Arteta finally broke his Monday night cherry. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean. I'm happy we broke the Monday night curse. What do you guys think? Because did you even think about that? Did you guys think about that? Did anyone think about that?
I've seen the tweet, but I wasn't worried. I like I said to you, I said to you confidently, whatever happens, however we do it, we will win this game. I said to you, no draws, nothing. We won't lose. We won't draw. We will win. And yeah, to be fair, I don't even care about these curses. We know, if there's a record to be broken, Arteta will break it.
You know what? You're right. Mikel Arteta does break records for good or for worse. But you know what? Mikel Arteta, last time we won a Monday game. Do you know when that was? You're gonna laugh.
It was something like 2021.
No, was the manager.
Oh yeah. 2021 wasn't it? 2020 was it?
Oxford United 3-0, I think.
Oh, that don't count.
Last season.
Is that the FA Cup game? Yeah.
In the Premier League, Freddie Ljungberg was the last manager in charge when we won a game. I think we didn't beat Everton. We drew against Everton. How many games was Freddie Ljungberg in charge?
3 games.
So
it was an Everton game.
It was one of those games.
Everton was the but that was the protest when Arteta was here. That was the one when we lost that game.
I'm having a stinker. I don't really remember, but I'm just happy we broke the Monday night curse. Arsenal have not been able to win a game on Monday nights in a long time, and that is a positive that we can take away from this game. Moving on to the next topic, we spoke about the red card, but London derbies. 13 London derbies in a row, bro. We're on to something. Undefeated in 13 London derbies in a row in the league.
Oh, okay.
That is crazy.
We nearly went clean house last season. We kept clean sheets for like 6 of them.
Yeah, we only conceded against Chelsea at home.
Was it? Didn't we concede to? No, we didn't concede to Brentford.
We only conceded to Chelsea at home. Away from home, we had clean sheets in every game.
That's actually kind of crazy. Oh yeah, it was the Chelsea game. That's it. Because there was one game where it ruined it all.
I'm just gotta say it. London's red. Everyone knows it. But now it's just more confirmed. We don't lose. We don't lose in our hometown. We don't lose. When was the last time we lost? We dropped points. Yes, we dropped points to West Ham. Yes, we dropped points to certain teams. But I think West Ham's the only team we dropped points to.
Last season, we beat Brentford, we beat Spurs twice, we beat Chelsea twice, we beat what else is there now? Crystal Palace twice, we beat West Ham was the only one we drew on one.
My point exactly. So we basically this is what we do now. This is what we do. We just go in, handle business, and leave. Where it doesn't matter where it is. We just go in, handle business, and leave. Now, moving on to the final topic. Big up everyone in the comment section. Do me a favor. Please do hit that like button. We got about 104 of you guys in the chat right now. It helps out the channel a lot. Now, we've spoken about some of those topics. Now, Mikel Arteta was happy about some guys. He was happy how we adapted after going down to 10 men. That was crucial. We never really spoke about that, but we really did well to adapt to go once we got down to 10 men. I didn't think we were going to be able to handle it as easy as we did, but Mikel Arteta tried some crazy tactics where he had no attackers. He took Saka off, Martinelli off, Eddie Nketiah off. He took everybody off. And as much as we criticize Mikel Arteta today, does he deserve a little bit more credit for his tactics at the end of the game?
I mean, like I said, it was the perfect setup for a 10-man, especially when we're 1-0 up. We did lose control of the game, maybe by design, maybe it was deliberately like that when they were spamming crosses in. We couldn't get a foothold of the game. But then what happened was Arteta changed that and goes, I'm going to bring Zinchenko on, I'm going to bring Kibio on, and then I'm going to play Havertz up top. Those changes really gave us control because we had Rice, Partey to control the midfield with Jorginho, with obviously Zinchenko inverting from the left wing back position. So in reality, I think Arteta handled the whole situation perfectly. And this is the first time where I can't even question a single substitution made or why he did what he did. And I know that's going to say, in hindsight, because you won the game. No, even if we hadn't won the game, those substitutions were perfectly done at the perfect time to get a grip hold on a 10 whilst we were 10 men. Because what happened was there was a spell where they were just spamming, and we just couldn't hold the ball. And then there was a ball that looped over to Havertz. Havertz laid it off, and then we started cycling possession for a good few minutes. It killed off like maybe 3-4 minutes of the game at the end. So yeah, I don't know what more he could have done with the plays he's got.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Declan Rice also was buzzing, absolutely buzzing about his performances. I thought he was one of the man of the matches in the game, absolutely killed it. And anyone who has him as the man of the match, I wouldn't be surprised. The poll actually currently that everyone is posting is saying that he is the man of the match. And he said before the game, we knew big coming to Selhurst Park, especially with the start of the season. Declan Rice said, we need to keep momentum going up until when we went down to 10 men, completely controlled and dominated the game, passed the ball well, and should have been up 2-0. Should have been up 2 at halftime. To score in the second half was really nice, and then hold off resilience showed was perfect. I think he's absolutely buzzing as a fan, as a player, and as a fan, I loved his performance. And if this is the kind of performances we're going to get from Declan Rice 2 games into his career at Arsenal, we have ourselves an absolute stud of a signing. Where other people are spending money and they're not sure what they're going to get, we know what we got in Declan Rice.
The thing is, this is like the very, 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 very beginning of Declan Rice as well. We know what Arteta does to, a lot of his players, especially when he adapts them. They kind of raise their levels. They start learning elements of the game that they never knew they had, attributes they never knew they had. And we're starting to now see a hybrid of the West Ham Declan Rice and the number 6 we want him to be. A lot of people were kind of worried about whether Declan Rice can adapt to the 6 as quick as we need him to. And these 2 games that we've seen him in kind of prove why Arteta's persistently playing him and not Thomas Partey in the 6, because he clearly knows that Rice is going to be the more reliable player, and I need him more than I probably need Thomas Partey. And I've always said it, for me, Thomas Partey is going to become the rotational 6. He's going to become the bench player who comes on for Declan Rice or plays in place of Declan Rice when needed. And we're starting to see it a bit more. Like, he handles the situations, he handles the pressure, he leads by example. If he needs to bollock a player, he will bollock a player. And that's the kind of character we need, especially last season when we kind of bottled the league. If Declan Rice was in this team, I don't think that happens to the magnitude it did. Maybe we make it tighter, maybe we make it harder to win, and we might have won it by maybe 2 or 3 points. But having someone like Declan Rice in those moments is going to be the difference between winning games, winning titles, winning trophies, and not winning them at all. And we've got another leader on the pitch. We lost one in Granit Xhaka, and we gained, I think, a better player and a better leader in Declan Rice.
Fair enough. Mentality monster, people are saying. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. You go Rice. Big up Rice, man of the match. There's a lot of topics about Rice, but there's one more major thing we got to talk about. So we got to talk about Mikel Arteta's press conference. Luckily, his press conference is out. So every word Mikel Arteta said in the press conference, let's talk about it. And we're going to kind of skip the ones that we spoke about. On the win, we kind of know what he's going to say about the win. Love the performance. Love that we were resilient. Tomiyasu's second yellow. Prefer not to make a comment because for me, it's so obvious. I love Arteta, man. This guy, you got to love him. This is exactly what I expect from him.
Oh, yeah, because the thing is, he knows Arsenal just more. Like, the referees get more triggered, but even if he criticizes him, he's getting done.
He knows. If he damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, still the funniest one is if I speak, I'll get a 6. Banned for 6 months.
Yeah, Arteta, what did he say? If I speak.
Yeah, I think it was like I'll get something like I'll get banned.
It's if I speak, I'll get banned for 6 months.
Yeah,
wallahi, you gotta love Arteta, man. The way that he does things nowadays, he's starting to get clued up on some of the social media stuff. Like you can't put yourself out there. They're just gonna spin it on Gabriel not starting. Whether it is it is due to speculation. Nothing at all. It's about the game. We were expecting how we were going to defend the attack and what we we're going to do best. He plays both games and helped us win both games. for different reasons. He was really good today, and he's absolutely dominated the box when he came on, and he's going to play a lot of games. He's going to play a lot of games. That is the decision sometimes. Now, before we move on any further, Fabrizio Romano had an update on Gabriel Magalhães. And as I said earlier, guys, we can bench players and they don't have to be sold. Like, only Arsenal cannot bench players. City can bench everybody. They can bench Rodri, they can bench Gundogan for 2 seasons, and nobody's going to say shit. But the moment Arsenal bench a player, it's like, oh my God, he's getting sold. Saudi Arabia want him. He's going to Saudi Arabia. This is that. It never made sense. 25-year-old guy who just signed a new contract at Arsenal, who just got into the Brazilian team for the first time in his career. Arsenal have no intentions of selling him, despite the Al-Ittihad interest. Arsenal have no intentions to indicate a price tag for the Brazilian center back. Back at this stage, and he's expected to stay. As I told you guys on the previous video I did earlier today, Real Madrid, shush. Juventus, shush. All you guys, shush. It's not happening. Gabriel Magalhães is here to stay. Noise it. That's it. Simple. I don't know what else to say, bro.
And like I said, man, like Arteta's clearly trying things. He wants to experiment with his players. He wants to see what situation will work. Because one thing that people aren't remembering is Champions League football. What's the perfect opportunity to try things other than trying it against Crystal Palace, trying it against Nottingham Forest? The thing is, we know we're going to dominate a lot of the ball, regardless of who the team is going to be, unless we come across the likes of maybe the Uniteds, the Cities, the Liverpools. So he doesn't need Gabriel. Gabriel's perfect to come off in these, like, for example, come off the bench in these games when we're 1-0 up, 2-0 up, to just hold off the game. And yeah, I think this is the thing. I think people are too scared that I think agendas that being folded is what they're scared of. Because the one thing they said about Arteta was he's too stubborn. He's not tactically flexible. He doesn't have any plan Bs, plan As, plan Cs. Now that he's starting to show his plans, fans still have an issue. I really don't know what the fans want, and I really couldn't give a shit what they wanted. They just need to accept the idea that Arteta's finally become everything you wanted him to become, and you can't spew your agendas. And that's all I see. They can't criticize him because, yes, he's trying things, which is what they wanted. He's showing plan Bs, plan Cs, plan As, so they can't criticize him for not having other plans. He's utilizing the squad, so they can't criticize that. So they've got no agendas, so they want to make a new one.
On time wasting. For me, it's not an issue. Mikel Arteta, once again, diverting the question and taking this conversation back to where it should be, the football. Declan Rice's performance, it was amazing. Whether VAR is consistent on red card reviews. Once again, the decision is made. We're not going to change it for now. Mikel Arteta getting a little bit smarter with his answers. Whether Martin Odegaard is the new penalty taker, I have no clue. You gotta love this guy. Mikel Arteta doesn't give you nothing. He doesn't give you nothing. This whole press conference, he's literally just deflecting everything back to the media. I love it. None of them are going to get the answer they want. On having the option of a big, powerful player to bring on. You know what? This is a good point. We're capable of doing that. We weren't capable of doing that previously. And whether we have come close to the level he wants yet this season, obviously it's a no, because we haven't put the ball in the back of the net more often, especially with dominance we were having in the games. That is clear. So personally for me, these guys haven't asked the right question. What I would ask is, are we going to see more from Trossard going forward? And is it harsh to ask a question like, do you feel like there's going to be games where you're going to be rotating the lineup a lot more going forward? That's what I would have asked. But would he have told me anything with those questions?
Nope.
What question would you have asked them?
That's the hardest thing.
What question? Everyone in the comment section, what question would you have asked Arteta? The Partey right back plan isn't working. You can't really ask that as a question. Would you say, is the plan to play Partey in the right back position going forward? he's just going to tell you.
He's not going to. This is the thing, right? Like, if you want answers from Arteta, watch the game, evaluate the system, and evaluate how we play. Look at the changes he makes. What you've got to do is Arteta's never going to give you the answers you want. That's been evident since the day he came into the club. He's never transparent with the media. He made the mistakes early on, but he's learned from that and he's adapted the way he talks to the media. The problem is they want Arteta to explain things, whereas when Arteta's telling you, watch the game. That's as simple as what I get from these answers. Like, he's telling you to go watch the game, see what's happening. If you look at the 90 minutes, you see what the plan is. And that's how I see it. That's why I don't even care. I don't need to question Arteta. I'll just watch the game and I'll understand what he's going to say to me.
Okay. Let's do the player ratings. It's going to be interesting. Player ratings are always fun. Right? This is when we go through each player and we kind of just do quick one sentence, not too much, because I feel like some players don't need too much explaining. Like, what did Ramsdale do? He literally had.
He was good. He was good.
He didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, like a 6-7.
Yeah, like I thought Ramsdale could have parked up a seat in front of the goal and just sat there chilled. I thought he could have just chilled.
No, there was a few saves he had to make, but yeah, I get what you mean.
He didn't have to worry too much. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Well, everyone in the comment section, play along, give us your ratings. And by the way, to Tom and everyone who's asking for a call-in show, sulz, if we can sort out something tomorrow, Better Call Sulz will be airing tomorrow if you're available. Let me know.
I'll let you know. I've got a bit of a busy 2 days, but yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, tomorrow I got family coming. My family's going to Glasgow, guys. My mom and my dad came to visit me because I just had he's 3 weeks now. My little baby boy is 3 weeks. My parents came to visit me, so that's why I haven't been streaming as much. But honestly, I appreciate all you guys in the comment section who stay loyal to the channel. Even though I might not be uploading as daily as I used to, I still appreciate all you guys jumping on, especially after a match reaction at 11:40 at night. Love for the love, people. But yeah, Ramsdale, let's give him a 7. Everyone agrees?
Yep.
Everyone in the comment section, what are we saying? 7. 7 is high, though. I think 7 is fair. What you have to remember is you got to give him less than a 6 for somebody. 6 is for like bang average. 5 is below average. No,
5 is bang average.
5 is bang average.
Just above average.
6, okay, so this is what I look at. 8 is a great game. 7 is a good game. 6 is like you had an
just
okay
above
game.
Average. Yeah.
Yeah, you had an okay game. So I'm gonna give him a 7. I thought Thomas Partey was actually less than a 7. I give him a 6.5.
I think that's harsh, I think he's a 7.
I thought he was good defensively, but he didn't offer us anything a natural right back would offer us. And he, at times, Saka was so isolated. It, like, even with Ben White, he at least helps out. Ben White had to go and do an overlapping center back situation again.
But maybe that's the plan, though. That's because it's not the first time it's to happen. It's the second time now. He did it against Nottingham Forest, and he's doing it again here. So sometimes maybe we're thinking we want something, but Arteta's telling him to do a completely different thing. Okay, it was too persistent. Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he made a few line-breaking passes as well, which kind of did open them up a bit. So
fair enough. 7 it is. Moving on to White. Didn't really do anything wrong. Didn't do anything amazing. He had a good game. 7. 7?
Yeah, I agree.
Saliba, 8, 8.5, 9. What are we saying? I say 8.5.
It depends it depends on who the man of the match is.
I'm giving him the man of the match.
I'm giving it to Declan Rice.
Okay, so we give them both 8.5s.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
So I'm giving him an 8.5. He was absolutely outstanding. 8 clearances, bro. And that amazing tackle. Yeah. So in that case, we're also giving Declan Rice an 8.5.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So those are our 2 men of the matches. The comment section decides who is the bigger man.
What's the average for Saliba? I just want to see. So 8's the average there. Okay, so they kind of agree with this. Amazing.
So what is Tomiyasu's rating? Because he did get, but unfairly.
It was a very harsh red card. So it's a bit annoying, but it's got to be like a 4. But the thing is, even before the sending off, he was crap. Let's be real. I didn't enjoy watching him one bit. Like, I didn't think he did anything. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go 4, 3.5. 4.
Partey, man of the match candidate. Okay, Kenny, you really rate Partey.
I think I get the shout, but I just
By
think
the way,
Declan.
this fits my apparent Partey agenda. I don't have a Partey agenda, but apparently to Kenny I do. Big up Kenny AFC, man. I see you getting onto Kunle all the time. Big up to you. What do you call it? Fire for Tomiyasu. You know what? Because he got sent off, we got to give him a bang average.
No, it's a 4. He didn't do anything even before getting sent off. I don't think it was good enough.
Oh, you know what? The more the merrier. I'm down to give him a 4. Even I think that's harsh, but
No. The reason why I say it is because let's take his performance. Okay, let's say he got substituted instead of red carded, right? Let's just take it as that view. I don't think he did anything good or bad or anything. He didn't offer us enough. Like, even defensively, he got ripped apart a few times as well, and it's like I'm not quite seeing anything here.
Fair enough. Moving on. Next we got Havertz. This is where people's agendas show. This is where people show their ass. Havertz had a good game. This guy had a 7 out of 10 game, but people want to rate him 6 or 5 because he's Havertz. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you guys as it is. People are going to ask me, what did Kai Havertz do today? You know what Kai Havertz did today?
I wouldn't give him a 7. I'd go 6.5 or 6.
He created 2 chances. One, he had a shot. He created his own chance also where we should have scored from. Then he also dribbled. He had like 4 passes in the final third. He had 1 long ball. Defensively, he was on point where he was doing 3 ball recoveries, aerial duels, ground duels 1. The only negative you could say about Kai Havertz is that he committed too many fouls. That's it. Everything else, he was solid. And he's not being asked to be a striker. Guys, he's being asked to be a midfielder. In midfield, you have a different type of role. You have a different type of job. And I'm starting to see him grow into that role.
I'd still go 6.5. I think 7's too high, but I agree. And
the shameless people saying 002. You know what? Fair enough. Keep counting your 00s, because if he continues at this rate, eventually he's going to get a goal or assist, and it might be the next game because he's getting the chances, he's creating the chances. It's not coming off.
The thing is, like, what people expect. The issue is, right, people look at it, he's a £65 million signing, he's this, he's that, he flopped for 3 years, or Arteta's, talent IDs on question and everything. The reality is, look, we know what Havertz is being asked to do. That is quite evident. He's there to be as the Xhaka role. The issue is, because of his attributes, he did something different, is why people want what Granit Xhaka did, not knowing that Granit Xhaka has had 6 years at Arsenal to adapt and acclimatise to what he's doing. It's agendas at the end of the day. And watch when, I'm telling you, the agendas will change when Zinchenko's in the team. They will start to realise and put respect on his name.
Put respect on his name. Martin Odegaard, because he scored the goal, he's going to be put up a little bit higher. I'm going to put him 7.5 or 8.
Yeah, fair enough. No, not 8. 8 is too high. I'd say 7.5, yeah.
Fair enough. Anyone in the comment section think Martin Odegaard deserves higher than a 7.5? Let me know. People are giving Kai Havertz 6.5. He is.
That's what I said. I think 6.5 is
the Xhaka role. Yeah, the Xhaka role was gone. The moment.
Okay. What I mean is not how, because the thing is, Xhaka played that role differently, but did still do the role. Like, what I'm saying is he's going to be the secondary striker or the goal-scoring midfielder. He's going to be the more attacking threat. He's going to occupy he's going to overload as an 8. And that's what Xhaka's did. That was Xhaka's role, and that is Havertz's role.
7.5 for Martin Odegaard. Let's go to Bukayo Saka. Mr. Consistently available. Unfortunately, couldn't get his goal today or his assist, and he was taking off penalties, but he didn't have a bad game. If you guys want to know what Bukayo Saka did today, he played 89 minutes, and in those 89 minutes, he had 3 shots. He created 2 chances. He had 2 of those shots blocked, honestly, and they're on target, but they're blocked, so they don't count as on target. He connected well with the attackers. He had a lot of movement. He was literally a one-man attack. And defensively, Bukayo Saka was a beast today. Now, how many times did you see Bukayo Saka go back and absolutely just take out the somebody and get the ball back and start an attack himself? So many times.
I still think you're overhyping the performance.
Bro, do you know how many recoveries he had today?
Don't matter. Watch the game. I don't
Bro,
do statistics.
man had 8 recoveries.
That's fine. You can have 10. You can have 20. The point is, when I watched the game, he did deceive to flatter today. And we also have to call it out for what it is.
Yes.
Watching the game. Watch the game. I hate... The thing is, stats can make anyone look good and bad. But the reality is, when you look at the game, was Saka what you wanted him to be? No. Did he have threatening opportunities? Did he actually create a threatening opportunity? Not really. I'll be honest with you. The max I'll give him is a 6.
Bro.
And that goes with Martinelli as well. I'm not even trying to be...
1 second. I wasn't out here going to give him a 7. I was merely going to give him a 6.5. But all I was saying was Bukayo Saka.
No, it's the eulogy you went on. I thought you're giving him higher. I was like, no, you're praising a bit too much.
In a game where he didn't get a goal or an assist, I felt like he was a crucial part to the team. And we cannot lie to ourselves. If we score some of those goals that we did, he was a big part of those setups. Am I tripping?
Yeah, but yeah, potential. I mean, look, if buts and maybes,
if buts and maybes. If you want to go,
but generally, I don't think he looked as threatening as he has. I get the. But the thing is, at this point, right?
Defensive work was amazing, though.
That's fine. But attackingly, he was crap. So,
bro, Martinelli gets credited all the time for his defensive work.
I'm not giving it. I've never said he doesn't deserve credit for that. But attackingly, he was crap. That's the difference. Defensively, yeah, good. Attackingly, rubbish.
Bro, everyone in the comment section, was Saka crap today?
Oh, you're spinning it. This is what rival fans do, and you hate it. I didn't say he was crap. I said his defensive work, good. His attacking play was shit.
Where do you rate him overall?
About a 6.
How? When he created the most chances in the team. He created 6 chances.
There were chances. No one created really good chances. The only actual good chance was the Havertz one to Martinelli, because that should have gone in.
Bro, we played a low block that didn't allow us to do anything. He was isolated on the right side. We had 3 shots from him. He created 3 goal scoring opportunities also from assists. And defensively, he was a beast. I think it's fair to give him a 6.5 or a 7.
Not a 7. That's way too high.
Okay,
I don't think he was that good attackingly. I don't know what you've seen attackingly, because for me, the whole, I get it, double team, it's a low block, blah, blah, blah. We've been playing them. He's a year older. He needs to adapt to the game. And that's the reason why I say it. I hold Saka to a very high standard to keep adapting. And for me, I don't think he rated his performance either. If you asked Saka what he rated himself, he'd probably give himself a 5.
Okay, I think 6.5 is fair, but some people are saying a lot less. I'm just going to keep it calm and just say 6.5. Can we meet in the middle?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying I'd give him a 6 at most.
Okay, so what do you give him Martinelli then? Because you put yourself in a corner.
He missed way. He was way. No,
he could have had a goal.
Both crap today. You're in a corner. You're now in a corner because you have to give him just as high. I said they were both crap. I would give him both 5s.
Martinelli gets less.
Martinelli got chances and he scuffed them.
But
he scuffed all his chances. What do you want him to do?
Bro, Martinelli, compared to Saka today, you're telling me Martinelli deserves
bro, you're gonna do stats, bro. Just watch the game. I don't care. Say the stats. I'm not listening.
Bro,
because the stats don't mean, like, when I watch them.
Forget the stats. You tell me.
All right, so what are you giving Martinelli?
You tell me, what did Martinelli do today that was even on par to Saka? Defensively, he was not on par. He did not come into the midfield and connect. He did not get the ball from deep.
I said they were
he did not get the ball from deep and connect the attacks to the midfield. When he did get the ball in the final third, he took too many touches and he squandered chances. I personally think it was not a good game for Martinelli. And I can sit here comfortably and say, after Eddie Nketiah,
I'll tell you now, I gave Martinelli, I was going to give Martinelli a 5, and I was going to give Saka a 5.5.
After Tomiyasu and Eddie Nketiah, Martinelli was the 3rd worst on the pitch.
I disagree. I think Saka was just as bad, though. or maybe just slightly better.
Even though he's the third worst on the pitch, I'm willing to give him a 6 or a 5.5.
Nah, it's a 5, man. He was crap. He had way too many chances for not scoring. I hold him to way higher standards than the game he had today.
5.
He was awful.
People
I agree. It should be lower. The only reason we're in this predicament is because Tomiyasu's got a 4. Otherwise, I'd go lower. I don't think Martinelli had a good game at all. I don't think Saka had a good game at all.
You know what?
Other than like some areas of their game. The only reason Saka gets a higher rating is because of the defensive work. That's it.
Okay. Martinelli, based on that, I'm going to give him a 5.5. Cool?
That's fine, yeah.
Keep it moving. Wow, they gave...
Yeah.
Oh, the penalty! They gave him a 7 because of the penalty.
Yeah, I'm not that nice. I don't care. You're not having one. You had 4 chances, bro. You had like 4 chances. I'm not giving him high.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I forgot that part. I should have maybe factored that in. Should have been the same as Saka, maybe. Oh, you're right. I'll give you that. My apologies. Eddie Nketiah. Because we gave everyone else low ratings, I think he gets a 6 or 6.5 also. Eddie Nketiah was poor in the first half. He could have had 2 goals. Second half, he worked a lot better. Overall, shit game, but he bounced back in the second half. 6?
Maybe the thing is though, like when it comes to player ratings, it's difficult, especially in a game like this, because we did go defensive after a point, but I didn't see enough from them to be like amazing. Let's give you 7, 8 because we've seen better from them, and that's the thing. Like I rate this team. Look, the reality is, do you expect that performance from like a Bernardo Silva? Do you expect that performance from a Foden or a KDB no? So if you're not going to give them high ratings and you're going to criticize them for having these kinds of games, then we've got to. That's the level we're comparing ourselves to. Because I truly believe if we're competing for the title, we need to hold these players to a lot higher standard than we have been. We still rate them like they're youngsters. They're not anymore. They're experienced players who have to be rated accordingly. Because for me, sometimes what I feel like people underrate these players and they're not rating them to their ability. And that's why I'm harsh on Saka. That's why I'm harsh on Martinelli when they're wasteful, when they produce nothing, and because I expect more.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And so we'll give him a 5.5.
I can give him a 6. I'm not against the idea of giving him a 6, but yeah, that's fine.
Because if you give Martinelli 5.5, we should give Eddie a 5.5, even though they both connected for the penalty. Gabriel Magalhães, Jorginho, Zinchenko, Gabriel, they all were on quite late. Just give them all 5s or NAs, right?
Yeah, not enough time. They were on like 89th minute. They only played like 10 minutes at most.
Yeah. And quickly, for the Liverpool fans who are watching, what did you think of Decore? Everybody in the chat, what did you guys think of Decore? He didn't really stand out to me too much.
Do you know who did stand out? Lerma. I don't know why.
Jeffrey Lerma?
Yeah.
He always does.
I don't know why, but I just thought he had a better game than Decore. I might be on my own. Maybe I'm just giving him too much credit.
I felt like Eze was the focal point of their attack, but their offense is so bad. Crystal Palace's attack is so bad. Their attack never looked threatening at all. Their midfield could be good, but hey, never a red card. I agree. Never a red card. What do you?
Netweed, by the way, your comments are wrong because technically Nketiah got an assist.
Yeah, technically, fantasy-wise, he got an assist, but not in real life. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. Arteta's rating. We don't actually do Arteta's rating, but if I was going to give Arteta a rating today, I'll give him a 8 out of 10. He did everything good.
I thought the substitutions were perfect. He handled the situation.
I started starting 11 was weird, but we won the game and we grinded it out.
I actually don't disagree with the 11, but yeah, like I just thought the way he managed the game was quite very good today.
Elise would have cooked today. Yeah, 100%. Thank God we didn't play them. We're kind of fortunate we're facing Crystal Palace this early in the season. They're going to be a tough outfit for
because the new signing as well from Brazil, Flamengo, he wasn't available either. So
Yeah,
yeah, we
were
caught him at time because Mateta wasn't available.
No, we kind of got fortunate with that. We kind of got fortunate. But you know what, guys? Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about this video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm out of here. Also, I'm just gonna send you guys over to my boys' channel because they're still live. So go show some love to them. And of course, since we still have a bunch of you guys here, please do make sure you like the video. It is absolutely free. It doesn't cost a penny. So make sure you do like the video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else to really say. Sulz, you got anything else to say before we go?
Guys, we won. We got 3 points. We're 6 for 6, 2 for 2. Stop crying. Things will get better. Yeah, just have a good night, guys. It is.
Okay, sorted. That's it for today. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and we're out of here, people. Love for the love, people. Let me just make sure. Also, if you want to check out my shorts, I'm gonna post my shorts also on YouTube, so you guys can check that out. And we'll try to do a call-in show tomorrow if we can. Okay, so stay with us. Hopefully, we do the call-in show tomorrow. And love for the love, people. You already know what it is. We're out of here, people. Love for the love, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace, people. You already know what it is.